Hello everyone, friends. We have already talked about many enemies in many parts of the game, but there are still those we have not talked about. Today we will talk about such characters as Pug-A-Pillar and Bunzo Bunny. Who are they? How did they appear in Poppy's world? And what happened to them? But before that, friends, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, put likes, and write comments, and we will begin. Pug-A-Pillar is a swap-imal toy produced by Playtime Co., who debuted in Chapter 2 Fly in a Web of Poppy Playtime. He resides in the Statues game as its main antagonist. The player must play a game of statues while trying to reach the exit, all the while avoiding being caught by PJ. Pug-A-Pillar is a long creature that's a mix of pug and caterpillar, as his name suggests. His entire body is comprised of fluffy, woolly segments of pink, magenta and pale indigo. His head consists of large, dilated black eyes, a pink muzzle, a heart-shaped indigo nose, dark pink cheeks, a grinning mouth showing multiple teeth akin to a dog's, a lolling pink tongue, and fluffy indigo ears. He appears to have 2 teardrop markings underneath each eye. He has multiple pink limbs growing along the sides of his body, ending in what appears to be purple medieval jester's shoes, with skinny curved and pointed toes. Pug-A-Pillar will follow the player during the entire ordeal of statues, moving even when the lights are on. If PJ reaches the player, he will jump scare and kill them, resetting the game. This will also happen if the player moves or fires their grab pack while the lights are on. However, PJ will not kill the player if they swing while hanging onto the rings or are simply looking around the room. PJ moves in tandem with the player, so as they are nearing the end of statues, PJ will go by a specific speed to catch up to them. PJ speeds up immensely once the player fails. The only way to escape from PJ, since the exit is blocked off by debris, is by grappling upwards to a window, shatter it, and enter the room, where the player must drop into a hole in the floor. The player will listen to Mummy Longlegs get angry at their escape and survival as they continue on, with her protest that she doesn't like cheaters and her promise of finding them. In Chapter 3 Deep Sleep, we can see Pug-A-Pillar's dead body on Catnap's shrine to the prototype. It's possible that this is a different Pug-A-Pillar, because there are 2 Pug-A-Pillars in the restricted restoration.mp4, and it was confirmed by the developers on Discord that he was still alive. However, in restricted restoration.mp4, you can see that the size of one of the Pug-A-Pillars does not match the one on the shrine. Bunzo Bunny is a toy produced by Playtime Co., who debuted in Chapter 2 Fly in a Web. He resides in the musical memory minigame as its main antagonist. Toy versions of Bunzo were later seen being produced near the water treatment facility. Bunzo Bunny is often seen as being very cheerful and playful, always wishing people happy birthdays. His murals and cutouts show that Bunzo also likes to joke around, making wacky poses with his facial expressions. He seems to enjoy celebrating others' birthdays when he can get the chance, as evidenced by the audio clips shown alongside his cardboard cutouts. He sometimes carried a bucket-like character called Bucky. The bigger body's version of Bunzo, however, takes on a darker and more twisted personality, showing his excitement and ravenous behavior through his cymbals, crashing them faster and louder the closer he gets to the player. He seemingly delights in eating the player if they fail the game, screaming and crashing his cymbals with a deafening din before doing so. Bunzo acts as the main mascot and antagonist for musical memory, in which he will lower himself towards the player as they play the game. If the player gets continuous errors in the game's pattern sequence or fails to play the game quickly within the timing of Bunzo's descent, he will reach the player, jump scaring and killing them, resetting the game. Once the player succeeds in the game, Bunzo will stop descending and crashing his cymbals and stay in his current position. A few minutes after the player leaves the game area, faint thrashing noises as well as crashing from Bunzo's cymbals can be heard. This tells us that Mummy Longlegs murdered Bunzo for failing to kill the player. If the player returns to the game station after leaving musical memory, Bunzo's corpse can be spotted on the ceiling, hanging motionless and trapped by Mummy's webs. The cable attached to Bunzo's back that was used for his ascent and descent in musical memory is nowhere to be seen. A lone Bunzo Bunny toy can be seen walking and clapping its cymbals in the counselor's office before falling to the ground. Catnap then quickly runs in and snatches up the toy bunny. And I'll finish here, friends. Thank you for watching. This is the kind of creepy story that underlies this character. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like it, and also write what you'd like to hear next time. And I have to go. Bye everyone.